Hello and thank you for joining me today. In this video I'm going to talk about the evolution of consciousness by using several different theories which in one way or another kind of complement each other. And as a basis of the whole theory, I'm going to use 8-circuit model of consciousness, which has been originally developed by Timothy Leary and further kind of recycled by Robert Anton Wilson and some other people as well. This model states that there are 8 neurological circuits within individual's brain which can evolve and develop. It could be kind of said that these different circuits represent different parts of the reality or different planes of the reality, if you like, because they are concerned with totally different things. And each circuit is imprinted through various experiences that happened in the past, both positive and negative. The model itself is fairly consistent with other theories and philosophies, such as Eastern philosophy of yoga and the chakra system, or Erickson's or Freudian stages of psychosexual development, or even Dombrowski's theory of positive disintegration. Obviously, each theory will have its own variations, however, the pattern is always the same. And it states that we basically have these lower needs, these lower concerns related to materialistic needs or concerned with our survival and safety, and we have these higher needs, higher aspirations such as morality or self-actualization or self-expression and creativity. However, the point is that no need is better than the other, so it doesn't mean that the higher needs are something that must be developed, that they are better needs, that they represent some sort of better values, because all different stages of development are equally important, because you cannot really develop the higher needs. You cannot really invest a lot of time into meditation and, gaining knowledge and expanding your consciousness if you haven't mastered these basic needs, such as, knowing how to pay your bills or taking care of your hygiene, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go briefly through each circuit from the 8-circuit model of the consciousness, and I'm going to try to present a reference to corresponding stages of other theories to see how they might be related. The first circuit is based on obtaining safety and survival. Experiences in infancy will cause either positive imprint, which will result in a person's basic attitude of trust towards others and the world itself, or the negative one, which will cause a kind of a hostile attitude and perception of the environment as being dangerous or unsafe. The corresponding stages from other theories include the Freudian oral stage, during which the infant takes the oral pleasure and is all about obtaining the nourishment from the environment, such as, being fed by parents. And people possessing high or very distinct imprint on this stage, regardless of the theory, are mostly focused on self-fulfillment, egocentrism, being impulsive, and placing high importance on social and environmental forces. The second circuit, which is called the Emotional-Territorial Circuit, is concerned with domination and submission. The outcome of imprinting this stage in childhood will result in a person being either dominant and aggressive, or simply metaphorically speaking, becoming an alpha man or a woman, or being submissive and being highly influenced by morality, what's right, what's wrong, regardless how the other person might be treating us, or in other words, being very easily dominated by others. The corresponding stages from the other theories include anal stage in Freud's theory, which concerns itself with development of personality, which might become either too rigid or too disorganized. The second level in Dombrowski's theory, which concerns itself with handling ambiguity and crisis. Disintegration of this stage and movement towards high level would involve replacing socially forced values with individually chosen values and some sort of individuation. People fixated on this level might be overly concerned with social order or morality, or in contrast, overly concerned with not belonging, individualism, own identity, and so on. They might express traits such as being really authoritarian, preferring order, preferring to dominate others without trusting them, or they might be, highly liberal and idealistic without grounding themselves properly into the reality around them. The symbolic or neurosemantic dexterity circuit is imprinted through socialization and is concerned with language, social environment, and developing a map of the universe. The corresponding Freudian stage would be that of a phallic stage, marked by sex differences, jealousy, and alike. The fourth circuit is concerned with cultural values, social network, morality, reproduction, and so on and on. The corresponding Freudian stage would be that of latency stage, marked by sublimation of the libido towards school and hobbies. In Dombrowski's theory, this circuit would correspond to the third level, which is about resolving a conflict between seeing lower and higher values, seeing inferior and superior people. It's about the realization of being able to see things from various perspectives, as well as being able to see that there are higher things to achieve. And the outcome of resolving this conflict between this duality is about transforming personal values into personal ideal of how one wants to live their life. In short, it's about authenticity. The fixation on this stage would hinder one's ability to belong to the society, possibly problems with sexuality and gender, struggles with choosing between what one should do and what society demands him to do, or quite contrary, being overly concerned with one's importance and ego, and kind of seeking power, seeking to dominate others. The neurosomatic circuit is the first circuit beyond mere survival needs and is concerned with spirituality or rapture or feeling blissful. This stage is all about pleasure and aesthetics. The corresponding Freudian stage is that of genital stage, which is all about experimentation and seeking others to meet our needs for pleasure, as well as taking pleasure from relationships with others. In Dombrowski's theory, this would correspond to the fourth level, which is about self-control, conscious choice, taking up responsibility for oneself and others, compassion, justice, and empathy. Often, valuing these needs is quite in contrast to the lower level society, and pursuing these values might result in social maladjustment. The fixation or improper imprint of the circuit might result in either fixation on others for the source of pleasure, or the fixation on ourselves, such as being narcissistic. Other symptoms might include lack of concern for others or excessive emotional expression and violating other people's boundaries. The sixth circuit, which is called the Neuroelectric or metaprogramming circuit, is about changing the imprint of lower circuits. It concerns itself with the ability to perceive how everything is relative, as well as our ability to adapt and our self-awareness. The fifth level in Dombrowski's theory, which is called secondary integration, is about creative expression, integrity, and living by one's chosen hierarchy of personal values. So, at this stage, or by activating this circuit, it's kind of going back to where we've been before. So, we gained all of this awareness of everything becoming relative, of having this wider perspective of everything, or higher awareness, and we learn how to reintegrate this experience that we've gained from the fifth and the sixth stage, and we try to reintegrate it into our everyday experience. So we try to fit in to the society once again, but this time it is going to be entirely different because we've gained entirely different values. So we take these values that we've learned through experiences and we try to apply it again to the social level. So we use creativity or self-expression in order to provide other people with what we have learned before. The seventh and the eighth circuit is about gaining the superior consciousness and improving one's intuition. It's about seeing everything as whole, seeing that everything is one and the same thing, as well as gaining this consciousness which is way beyond the practical consciousness needed for the survival and interaction with other people. So based on all of those developmental stages of the consciousness, it seems that although we all live in the same reality, it doesn't mean that all of us share the same reality tunnel or plane of existence. For instance, two people meet and one of them is fixated on the lower level concerned with social relationships and status, while the other one is concerned with the higher values such as creativity and self-expression or morality. In essence, the first one might see the second one as being maladjusted or weird, like what are they talking about? Whereas the second one will look at the first one with compassion and understanding. They once been on this level as well. The communication between this sort of people might be difficult because they prioritize and value entirely different things. They see the reality through very different lenses, but it doesn't mean that one of them is better than the other or worse. So that's pretty much it for today. I know there is a lot more to talk about in regards to this subject, but I had to limit myself just to the 8th circuit model of the consciousness and Dombrowski's theory of positive disintegration in order to kind of save time, I suppose. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.